Hey, what's up, y'all? Classic Kev, back with another episode. Honestly, probably the most important episode yet. All right, y'all. So on today's episode, I'm going to talk about kind of my predictions for basically the next couple months, how I think these markets going to go. And as always, guys, I could be completely wrong. This is not financial advice. And if you follow this channel, my strategy, I accumulate. I'm always buying, right? I'm buying whether Biden's president, I'm buying whether Trump's president, I'm buying, it doesn't matter. I pick blue chip projects and I layer into them aggressively, right? And just from my research, guys, I think that your best bet, if you want to, triple your money, quadruple your money, is to focus on layer one blue chip smart contract platforms. I think those have the most use cases. I think those will have the most mass adoption. And I think the big money, institutional money, is going to flow to those first before some of these wacky altcoins. Now, I understand that those wacky altcoins can make you money, but my strategy has always been this, right? So I want to accumulate blue chip projects, hit a big lick, a 3 to 4x. Then I want to take profits aggressively and then just sprinkle where I'm playing with house money. Sprinkle my profits into, some of these low cap, maybe these gaming altcoins, some of these metaverse plays. That way I'm just playing with house money. Get my initial investment back, have some profit, and also keep a percentage in the layer one. So say with Solana, at some point, I'm going to sell my bag of Solana, but I'm probably going to keep 20 to 30% of it. Just hold it all the way through, right? So I want to talk about what my prediction, because obviously we're seeing a slight pullback in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and as y'all know, these markets go as Bitcoin goes. So, it's kind of like a quarterback. As a quarterback in the NFL gets more experience, the game starts to slow down for him. He's able to focus on what matters. So you really need to focus on Bitcoin, what Bitcoin's doing, and where you think Bitcoin's going. I understand Bitcoin's very hard to predict, but here's some catalysts that I think is going to happen next. Now, as y'all know, we have the Super Bowl coming up, and you can best believe the Super Bowl is going to be filled with crypto-related commercials, filled with crypto, whether it's crypto.com or the FTX exchange. We're going to see these crypto tokens, whether the Crow token or the FTX exchange token or maybe even Binance's token. We're going to see these exchange tokens skyrocket, right? So understand that. Remember when Coinbase went public? It just so happened when Coinbase went public as a publicly traded company on a stock market, Bitcoin hits an all-time high, right? You're starting to get it that they manipulate these markets. So I would imagine with the world watching, Super Bowl being one of the most watched events, that there are going to be all these commercials and they are going to pump crypto. Now, let me tell you something I've noticed, because I'm in the NFT markets too. And if you think crypto markets are detached from reality, NFT markets are in their own world, right? What I'm noticing is that when the crypto starts to do good, you start to see almost people, NFT floor prices start getting lowered, right? It's almost like people start selling their NFTs because they want to go back to crypto. So that's got me thinking. So this is how I think stuff's going to play out. And again, guys, not financial advice. I could be 100% wrong. This is just speculation. I've been wrong before, a few times actually. But anyway, so what I think is going to happen is this. I think that the markets are going to pump. The Super Bowl is going to be a showcase, and you're going to see significant price action, not just the day of the Super Bowl, the whole month after the Super Bowl, right? And that price action, then, you're going to see NFTs. You're going to see those go up too, but some will have significant pullback. So I think the money's going to flow kind of like a wave, right? It's going to flow from NFTs into crypto, right? But when crypto starts to have a pullback, let's say hypothetically Bitcoin gets to a new all-time high, right? And then has a pullback, right? Has a major correction, and Bitcoin starts going back. Well, I think you're going to see NFT valuations skyrocket, because here's why. Imagine you have Bitcoin and you bought at $40,000, right? And it goes to $100,000, right? And you're watching it pull back, or Ethereum. Ethereum goes to a new all-time high. Well, you don't want to sell it because then it's a taxable event. You don't want to just hold it because then you're going to lose all your gains. What you can do is buy crypto. You could buy an NFT. By buying an NFT, it's not a taxable event. You're just transferring that Ethereum into a new asset class, an asset class that can not only hold its value, but might offer some real world and metaverse utility, or maybe even passive income. A lot of these NFTs offer passive income, guys. If you're not in the NFT game yet, guys, again, not financial advice. I would always stress to you to be more in blue chip cryptos. And I know y'all see me do a lot of NFT content. I'm going to be honest with y'all, guys. It's a lot of fun. NFTs are fun. The communities are cool. It's a lot of fun. And obviously, it's a way to make a lot of money. But as an investor, I would not, like, I promise, my crypto bag is I got way more money in blue chip layer 1 blockchains than I do in any of these crazy NFTs. I am starting to get a little overextended NFT. I'm worried. Your boy's got a problem, y'all. I'm just buying NFTs like it's nothing. But anyway, so I think the smart money's going to flow when crypto starts to pull back. They're going to flow into NFTs. You're going to see NFTs start skyrocketing, right? And then when crypto starts pumping again, they're going to sell the NFTs and go back to crypto. So that's kind of what I see happening now. That's just how these markets work, guys. That's how these markets work. Now, some catalysts that I probably would be worried about as an investor, like, if you had to ask me, Kevin, like, what is one thing that could really hurt these markets, that could really topple the crypto markets? Obviously, y'all seeing what's going on around the world, that, they're a World War III, guys. Clearly, World War III is an option, right? Clearly, World War III could happen. To say it's impossible to happen, I'm not saying the odds of it happening are high, but I'm saying it's a possibility, right? With all the conflict we're seeing in Ukraine and Russia, now you're seeing the Canadian truckers, guys. If you're not following this Canadian trucker story, you really need to look into it, because, guys, those truckers aren't leaving the capital, right? Don't want to get political. Go look up in this story. I talked about yesterday, GoFundMe seized $10 million. Well, you know what? Now the world's starting to see. Look at this article. Canadian trucker convoy raises $450,000 using Bitcoin, bypassing GoFundMe restrictions. You see how Bitcoin's the financial revolution? Bitcoin is part of this war. This is the new money. This is financial freedom. And what we're going to look back in the history books is that since crypto's inception, it's been a nonstop FUD assault to get you to sell these assets so that the rich and powerful can buy them all up on pennies on the dollar. And that's how the rich get rich and stay rich, and the poor stay poor, right? So when you're seeing countries like Russia now come out saying they own like 10% of the worldwide crypto markets, guys, we're in an economic warfare. This is an economic war that is being waged, and you, as not financial advice, guys, but you need to expose yourself to this asset class, right? Because history is not going to look kind on people that don't expose themselves to this asset class. Now, look, if you're somebody and you're wealthy and you have a lot of land, or you have a lot of precious metals, or, hey, as long as your money's not in the dollar. Now, I know what you're thinking, like, what's wrong with the dollar? Well, guys, inflation, right? They're saying 7% per year, meaning that, it's really around 10. Let's say it's around 10, probably around 20. See, the reason why the different people have different numbers for inflation because of the consumer price index, right? So think about the cost of Domino's or McDonald's. That hasn't changed too much, right? Because these are economies of scale. This is one of the problems capitalism solves by being able to have giant supply chains to get the cost of goods down, right? But look at the cost of lumber. Look at the cost of used cars. So that's where the inflation is really starting to creep in, and it's not going away. As long as they print money, inflation's not going away. And at this point, there's nothing else they can do but print money. There's no other solution. They've created such a big problem that it's almost just like a sinking ship, and that's the U.S. dollar. So getting yourself out of U.S. dollar is just you just hedging your bet, right? Because think about it. If say you got Kevin, I got $100,000 in my bank account. I don't care about inflation. I don't care about anything. Well, you know what? That $100,000 is going to be worth $90,000 next year. Maybe even less than that. Maybe even $80,000, right? So what you have to ask yourself, well, if you're battling inflation, why not go buy some land? Why not go buy Bitcoin? Why not go buy Ethereum? You're losing the money anyway. So again, guys, my thesis on this channel, and I've been pretty consistent, I buy dips, right? I've changed, it's almost like I'm in a boat and I've kind of set my sail, right? And I'm just kind of adjusting that sail. So I just keep layering into good projects. And I've been in some risky shit, some lower cap stuff. And my risk tolerance is, just because of everything going on right now, my risk tolerance is not high. So if I'm any altcoins, low cap stuff I'm selling and putting it into the blue chip stuff, the Ethereums, the Bitcoins, the Solanas, the Polygon Matics, because I think those are the things that are going to be around, right? You know, those are the things that are going to have the most, that's the thing that have the most money behind it. Wall Street's behind it, mass adoption's behind it, and frankly, it's some of the best technology, right? So I'm aggressively buying dips. And listen, guys, if I'm wrong and these markets like go to shit and just tank, right? You know what I'm gonna do, guys? I'm a licensed insurance adjuster. I still own a business. I'm gonna just keep making money. If I gotta scale back my lifestyle and working, I hate working in insurance, guys. It's a stressful job, man. You know, traveling and stuff, you know, but the money's good. The money's fire, and I like helping people. So if I do gotta go do that again, I will go all in. I've been broke before, and it's really not that bad. Like being broke really isn't that bad. You know what's bad is the thought of going broke, right? You know what I'm saying? So I want you to really think about that. Like when you're stressing over bills and you're like about to be broke, or you're stressing over a lifestyle you're living that you can't keep up with anymore, that's where the stress is. But if you're just broke and you're just living paycheck to paycheck, it sucks. It sucks. But when you hit rock bottom, there's only up to go from there. So that's kind of how I view life now. I view life kind of like a poker game, you know? I view life kind of like a poker game. And right now, I think if you're in crypto and you have a big bag and you have a good cost basis, that you're holding pocket aces, right? You're holding pocket aces, and the flop didn't kill you, right? And we're about to see the turn card, right? We're not to the river yet. We're about to see the turn card. We're about to see, you know, the little percentages come up on the side of the TV, right? Right now we're like a, you know, 80-something% to win, you know? So even if the world goes to World War III, crypto will actually be more valuable, because for the world to go into some type of global conflict, right, the dollar is going to tank even more. You know how much money a war would cost, right? There's going to be even more inflation. So money, I think, smart money will flow into crypto. So that's all I pretty much got, guys. Another story I did see, I forgot to talk about this, is Crypto.com partners with industry leader, blockchain validator, and merchant acquirer WorldPay to support global expansion. So guys, WorldPay is like a payment processing company, and Crypto.com's partnering with them. So they're trying to use the legacy systems to create the on-ramp for the average Joe to buy crypto. So this is step one, you know, step like 1.5 of mainstream adoption. So it's coming, guys. I know it's frustrating. Really don't worry about the short-term price action. You know, when in doubt, I know it's cliche, but when in doubt, zoom out. And, you know, at the end of the day, guys, I think 10 years from now, we're going to look back on these markets. And the way that you look back on Bitcoin, Ethereum, like, man, I could have got Bitcoin when it was $100. Could have got Ethereum when it was $50. I think we're going to look back on this. It's all relative. It's all relative to where you're at in that time, right? A couple years ago when Bitcoin was $1,000 a coin, if I made a video like this, you'd be, oh, $1,000 for Bitcoin, that's a scam, or there's no way. Well, when Bitcoin's $1 million a coin, you're going to be like, oh, man, I could have got Bitcoin at $40,000. It's all relative, y'all. So, again, guys, not financial advice. I'm just trying to expose y'all to a new asset class, because at the end of the day, dude, we all want financial freedom, and that's really the goal of this channel. I want y'all to get financial freedom, and I'm kind of on my own journey. I'm not there yet. I have a bunch of money and assets, but, guys, every day is a challenge, because everything I work for, I'm open-minded enough to know that nothing's guaranteed. There's no sure things, and we just have to work hard, do research, and kind of just have a blind faith that everything's gonna be all right, and that what's the saying, NFTs, WAGMI, we all gonna make it. That's truly how I feel. Anyway, y'all, I'm Classic Kev. That's all I got for today. I'm out. Peace.